Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be giving you my review on Love and Marriage DC Season 1 Episode 9. Winter is the star of the show. She was bringing the looks, she was bringing the vocals, she was bringing everything, and I was here for it, okay? Here for it. The couples are at Chris and Monique's house, one of their many houses. Do you guys remember on Potomac when Monique first came onto the scene? She and Giselle went out to dinner or lunch or whatever it was, and Monique was basically telling Giselle that she has all of these houses. So I don't know which house this is, but this is one of the many, and they are headed out for their detox weekend. Tasha, and I believe her husband's name is Neil, they also are on the trip, and I like Tasha. I would like to get to see her a lot more on the show and see what she brings. So I'm interested to see what happens with her this episode. But I will say, guys, like, I was a little thrown off because when I was looking at the pictures and promo for this show, she was like in almost every photo and Winter was nowhere to be found. So I'm thinking that Tasha and her husband were supposed to be one of the couples, but somewhere along the line, I guess the producers felt like Winter's story with her swindling husband was a lot more interesting. And to be honest, clearly it was, because I didn't realize until I went back and watched the episode again that their season finale is going to be next week. And I can't believe for the last 10 weeks, the only thing that was brought to this show was Winter and her swindling husband. That has been the storyline for the last 10 weeks or so. So anywho, they're on the bus and Monique once again lets everybody know she invited Winter to come on the trip. Winter's not sleeping over, but she invited her to come on the trip. And I'm like, Monique, these people are not hard of hearing. They heard you say it the first time in the kitchen. We already know that both Ashley and Arena have issues with Winter, and Quick, and probably Jamie as well. But to add insult to injury, Chris announces that he also invited Kevin. And I'm like, Christopher, now you know good and doggone well Kevin and Winter don't mess around with each other. So Chris says in his confessional that he just wanted Kevin to have the space to be able to tell his side of the story. I'm like, he already did that at bar one. I'm looking at Chris and Monique honestly, and I'm just like, y'all are some messy people. Monique, you are not a good friend to Winter. Somebody said, I don't know if it was a video or comments that I was reading, and they were saying that Monique is doing to Winter the same thing that she did to Candace on Potomac, and you throw them under the bus so that you can get close to Robin and Giselle, and you can get close to basically Ashley. And I'm like, you know what? That's absolutely correct. And I was thinking when I saw the promo and all the interviews that Monique did for this show, I was convinced that she was going to give us something different, because she kept saying, y'all are going to see a different side of me. Y'all remember when she was saying that? I'm still waiting. And the season finale is next week. So what's good? So Quick asks everybody, who do they believe, Kevin or Winter? And of course, all the women are Team Winter, because we just smart like that. All of the guys, I guess they wanted to stick with Kevin, and they're like, yeah. The thing about the guys, both Jamie and Quick, first of all, Jamie really don't care, okay? He's like, if this is what we're talking about, then fine, but I really don't care. But the thing about the two of them is, because Kevin brought this briefcase of paperwork, they all of a sudden believe everything that he says. And I'm like, lawyers go to the court, whether you the plaintiff or the defendant, your lawyer comes to court with a whole bunch of paperwork. But somebody is lying. 2 + 2 is not equaling 4 here, guys. I'm gonna need y'all to give me some more backstory or something like that as to why you believe this man over her. I just don't see someone making up such an elaborate, specific story the way that Winter said everything that she said. But that's just me. I could be wrong. When the couples arrive at Monique and Chris's, Monique has some gift bags waiting for them, and the gift bags go as follows. So for Quick, she gave him some fun-size Snickers, making light of the fact that that's what Winter called him, DJ Fun Size. For Jamie, she gave him a red light, because you know, the red light special that Winter came up with. For Chris, she gave him, or she gave herself rather, a muzzle, because you know Chris tries to tell her to be quiet so he could speak. And I'm like, Monique, now I don't even know why you got this muzzle, because we all know you're not going to use it. You can't help but to keep running your mouth. There is a part in the episode where Chris is talking about their Valentine's Day nights and how he really enjoyed it. Now he's trying to tell us the story in the confessional, and Monique is just going on and on and on. Dang, Monique, can't you let him talk? Like, gee, And this is why this man was just short of telling you to shut the F up in that episode. DC, you do this to him all the time. Anywho, Winter and the sex therapist arrive. And as soon as Winter gets settled, here goes Erena. Does anybody want any fun-sized Snickers? And I'm like, girl, why? Why are y'all trying to start with this woman? And then, of course, Quick and Ashley, who claim that they're so unbothered by what Winter has said. I mean, they must have went on and on and on about this freaking Snickers, this fun-sized Snickers. I was just over it. Like, y'all need to act your age, okay? For two people who say they're not bothered by anything, you certainly are coming across as being bothered. So the sex therapist asks everybody, all the couples, if there's anything in their, in the bedroom that they want to kind of spice up or whatever. The sex therapist had all the toys laid out and whatnot. Sex therapist starts out with Ashley and Quick. So she's like, yeah, I could use a little toy. And, she wasn't talking about use a toy between her and Quick. She was talking about using the toy just for herself. And I kind of felt like Quick, the way he looked at her, I kind of felt like she hurt his pride a little bit. I don't know. I could be reading too much into that. He goes on to say that, over the last couple of years, she's really had a higher sex drive and he's been enjoying everything. So the sex therapist asks Ashley, are you in your early 40s? And Ashley's like, B, no. And I'm like, first of all, Ashley, I thought that you were in your 40s, okay? Secondly, it is so disrespectful to call somebody that you don't know a B. Like, I hate that word. I don't use that word. I think it's one of the most disrespectful words that a woman can call another woman, a man can call a woman. I really don't like that word. Monique was like falling on the floor laughing and whatnot. And I'm like, girl, it's nothing funny about this. Winter's face, the way that she was looking, was my sentiments exactly. No, that's not cool. Quick says that he's able to go for at least 5 rounds. But the 5 rounds is still not good enough for Ashley. And she be trying to wake him up because she wants some more. Okay. Wife is about to replace you with one of these toys over here. The next couple is Tasha and her husband. And I believe his name is Neil. Don't quote me on that. But Tasha says that their sex life is garbage for the most part. I'm paraphrasing what she said, of course. But she says that she definitely doesn't want to have any more kids. And being that he doesn't want to have a vasectomy, they have decided just to use condoms. And I'm like, girl, we are in 2022. There are other methods that you can use to try to avoid getting pregnant. Why does he have to get a vasectomy? Why don't you just go and get your tubes tied? If it's that important to you. That's just me. I'm just saying. Erena and Jamie, they were so sad. Jamie compared their relationship to being brother and sister. And I'm like, that is absolutely disgusting, Jamie. Really, y'all? Now, I know they've been married, I believe, for 26 years or something like that. But according to him, Erena's just not into, having sex and whatnot. And Erena's like, I just be like, listen, let's just get it over and done with. And I'm just like, dang, I hope that when my husband and I get to 26 years, that's not how we're looking at it. So they clearly need some help. Erena says that she wants to be romanced, and I totally get it. Us as women, we like little romance, whereas men are more like turn over, bend over, let's get it going and hurry up. It's like, no, take your time and, let's have a good time. So hopefully they will get it together. Time will tell. Monique says that she and Chris basically have selfish sex where whoever comes first, that's pretty much a wrap after that. And I just think that's very interesting. So she, similar to Erena, is like, I just want to be, connected on a spiritual level, an emotional level. I need a little bit more. That's when Chris did bring up their Valentine's Day night and how great that was. And he also mentioned that when he was younger, he was at a family member's house and they had some inappropriate videos on, and that's how he pretty much learned about sex. So for him, it's just, he only knows how to do it one way. He wasn't really taught or really has done it any other way, but he is learning. And one thing I will say about Chris, I feel like Chris is always bigging up his wife. He's always speaking so highly of her. And it's really sad because it's like you have this one person over here that's always like your biggest cheerleader, your biggest supporter. And then you have Monique, who I feel like every chance she gets, she tears him down. And I'm sure once they rewatch this episode, he has a binder full of instances where she has belittled him. And try as I might, I'm trying to see like what her issue is in her marriage, and I just don't see it. You know, I know a lot of people think maybe she's just complaining so that, you know, she can go ahead and divorce him. I don't know if it's that, because I feel like when they do have good times together, they look like a fun couple. Monique, what more do you want from this man? I don't know. So after seeing Winter has kind of been in the corner the whole time, and after seeing all of this, she just interjects, apologizes to Jamie, Irena, and Ashley and Quick about her coming up with the nicknames for their husbands. And she was just letting them know, you know, was in a bad place, and she had, like, I guess an aha moment when she was away in Mexico. I thought that that was just really the right thing for her to do and say. Of course, Ashley in her confessional wasn't buying it. She said that the apology was vague and lackluster, like Winter. That's exactly what she said in her confessional. I feel like in Ashley's mind, Winter's just not her girl. She never will be her girl. She don't want no parts of Winter from day one. Of course, if Winter apologizes, she's not going to accept, or, you know, at least see that she's trying to offer an olive branch. So after that, Irena pulls Winter to the side and she apologizes. She says that she felt bad for bringing up Winter's husband when they had that blow-up fight. And I love Irena. I really, truly do. I feel like she is grown. She's sophisticated. She knows exactly who she is, and she's not with the drama, you know. And not only that, but she can acknowledge when she's wrong and apologize. And I think that's just the ultimate level of growth and of just living and life experiences, when you can look back at your own actions and say, you know what, I could have handled this a little bit differently. And I do remember in the last episode she had said that she basically was trying to say whatever she could say to get under Winter's skin, because it doesn't seem like Winter really gets bothered by a lot of things. So Winter accepts the apology, and she also apologizes for saying that Jamie is the Red Light Special, as well as sharing that information with Monique. Irena also lets Winter know that Kevin has been talking about her, calling her crazy, calling her the problem. And Winter's like, listen, if that's who I am, then why does he want to be with me? You know what, girl? That's a great point. If this person is the way that you're saying this person is, why would you still want to be with them? I also want to say that, you know what, that should have been Monique saying that to Winter, not Irena. No disrespect to Irena, but Irena is not Winter's friend. Monique is. And like I said earlier, y'all, Monique has just not been a good friend to Winter, and it's really sad. Dinner is ready. The couples are at the dinner table. Monique wants to know what happened between Irena and Winter. She's like, I'm nosy. I want to know what happened. So Irena basically lets everybody know that they squashed their beef and all is well. Winter accepted her apology, she accepted Winter's apology, and they're moving on. Ashley is saying in her confessional, I'm not apologizing to this woman anymore. I've already apologized, and my apology is not good enough for Winter. I'm like, Ashley, what are you talking about? Like, that whole statement confused me, because I never heard Winter say that she wanted more from you in terms of the apology that you gave her. So where are you pulling this information from? Ashley goes on to also say that calling her husband DJ Funsize was degrading. Ashley, when Monique first told you, you laughed about it. To me, if there's anybody who should be really, really upset with Winter, it should be Irena, because Winter took information that Irena shared with her, personal information, even though they are on a reality TV show. She took that personal information and went back and told Monique, who did not know anything about it. So to me, she has more of a case against Winter than Ashley does. Ashley, get over it. Even Quick kind of chuckled a little bit when he heard the whole DJ Funsize reference. So y'all need to stop. You hear Quick in the background calling Winter a liar. Quick, what is Winter lying about? Silvers, y'all gonna have to help me out. What are y'all talking about? At this point, Monique wants Winter to elaborate more on some of the things that she shared with Monique before she went to Mexico. And I'm looking at Monique like, girl, why? First of all, no. If I'm Winter, I'm not sharing a doggone thing, because these women don't mess with her, and she clearly don't mess with them. Winter and Ashley are going back and forth, and Winter once again brings up this alleged rumor that she's heard about Quick allegedly cheating on Ashley. She doesn't come out and say it, but that's what they're talking about. She says to Ashley, I just don't understand how you don't know, how you haven't heard about this rumor. And this is where I'm like, Winter, girl, you was doing so well during this episode, but you trying to bring up this thing again, and you not giving any backstory or any information on how you heard this, that's a problem for me. You on the wrong road, sis. I'm gonna need you to get back on the right road, okay? Let me just pause real quick and say Jamie's face throughout this whole dinner was everything. Kevin arrives, he comes downstairs, and somebody's like, oh, I want some popcorn, I need some popcorn. And Chris is like, we're not gonna make a mockery of this situation in my house. Okay, that's not what we're here for. So I'm looking at Christopher like, Christopher, if that's not what you're here for, then why did you invite Kevin? Because you knew what it was going to be before he got here. Y'all, Kevin to me exudes dishonesty. I can't with him. He just looked like that dude. Kevin has this ebook that he printed out that he claims that Winter wrote. And Winter says, now you know that's a daggone lie. I did not write this book. It was transcribed and blah, 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 blah. He asks a straight up question to Kevin about when the book was produced. Because Kevin's whole thing is that Winter wrote this book after the allegations of him swindling money from his company came out. And Winter's like, no, boo. The book came out in 2020. So Monique looks over and sees that the copyright on the book says 2020. She's like, no, it says 2020. That's all I need to know right there. Your biggest piece of information is completely false. This woman is straight up asking, when did the book come out, Kevin? Was it before or after? And he can't answer the question because he knows he's wrong. Click and Ashley asking a whole bunch of questions, and Kevin's like, I'm not answering none of y'all's questions. Eventually they get up and leave. Ashley's like, I've had enough. I can't do this. A little bit later, Irena, Jamie, Tasha, and her husband follow Ashley and Quick upstairs. So Winter and Kevin are still going back at it. Kevin is actually trying to move his seat closer to Winter, and she's playing Ring Around the Rosie at the table, running away from him. And at this point, Ashley decides that she wants to go back downstairs and see what's going on. So she walks in on Winter singing her divorce song, which is, you better sign my papers and give me my divorce. Like, yes, girl, this is a hit, okay? And then I thought it was pretty cool that Ashley was kind of backing her up in the background. Monique and Chris really look like they trying to get down to the nitty and gritty of what is going on. You know, Monique is trying to figure it all out. And Winter closes the song with, somebody get him a pen. That's a drop the mic moment, Winter. I'm here for it. That took us all the way to back, y'all. So in the next scene, which I felt like was so staged, Ashley and Winter are in the hallway, and it looks like they might be connecting a little bit. Ashley is saying, you know, if we met under different circumstances, things might be a little bit different between the two of us. And Winter is letting Ashley know that she does appreciate the fact that Ashley had her back downstairs with Kevin. So Monique and Chris are still downstairs trying to talk to this man, Kevin. And Monique is trying to ask him, like, okay, so what are your next steps? He's trying to out-talk Monique at this point. And I'm like, listen, if you're trying to out-talk Monique, that's going to be a losing battle. So eventually Monique goes upstairs with Ashley and Winter. And she's like, listen, Kevin is too slippery for me. I can't. All of a sudden, Irena comes into the room with some microphone and she starts singing the divorce song. I'm like, first of all, Irena, number one, where did you get this mic from? This random mic that just so happened to be around. And number two, girl, how you know about the divorce song? You was upstairs. But anywho, guys, that is the close of the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this review. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.